A very pleasant good day, my beloved brothers and sisters in Christ and outside the body of Christ. Well, once again, this is your Christian brother Eric Braxton speaking to you all from his beloved country, Trinidad and Tobago, the land of my nativity, the land of my birth, Trinidad and Tobago, this wonderful island country that is in the blue Caribbean Sea. Well, brothers and sisters, the last video I was recording at the phone cut off, right? So sorry for that, but I just want to continue where I left off in this video. So I was saying, brothers and sisters, that Jesus Christ will welcome all the Arab nation, has Hezbollah, Hamas, the PLO, all nations of the earth, all the Arab nation into Jerusalem, and he will unite the Arab nation who hate the Jews and want to wipe them out of as a nation upon the earth. He will unite them with the Jewish people, and all the Arab nation will truly appreciate the Jews to be the brothers and sisters and to love one another, because love is the fulfillment of the law. And all the Arab nation who they believe that Abraham and that God never gave Abraham, Isaac and Jacob no land of Canaan, Palestine, and all the Arab nation who believe, and the Arab groups, Arab countries, nation people who believe that Abraham, Isaac and Jacob make up that story, and they came up with that false, bogus claim that God gave them the land of Canaan. God will clear up that when he comes, and Jesus Christ will truly educate. But yeah, you go ahead now and take it now, and the Jewish and the Arab, Jesus Christ will educate the Arab nation and clear up that matter, and he will tell them, in fact, I really give them that land as I state in the scriptures, and he will clear up that matter to all the Arab people, and the Arab people will have a clear understanding that God in fact did really give them that land. But right now, a lot of them, majority of them, in ignorance and do not believe that God truly gave them that land, as stated in the Bible, as he made a covenant with Abraham, Isaac and Jacob to give them the land of Canaan as an everlasting inheritance, everlasting possession. The few Arab people in all the Arab country who accept what Abraham and Isaac say and accept what the Bible say and truly believe that God gave Abraham, Isaac and Jacob the land of Canaan forever and ever, and the seeds after, I bless them. Welcome. I appreciate these percentage Arab people who accept that, but the majority, I say, is in ignorance and don't believe that God gave. They don't believe that God gave Abraham, Isaac and Jacob the land of Canaan, Palestine, and the seed forever and ever. According to them, God did not give Abraham, Isaac and Jacob no land of Canaan, and Abraham, Isaac and Jacob came up with that scheme, or came up with that plan to make that claim. Well, when Jesus Christ comes, he will clear it up to all of them and make the matter clear, crystal clear, so all of them will understand it, right? At that time. Right? At that time, ladies and gentlemen, at that time, he will clear up the matter for one and all. After all, he's coming to be called Crooked Path Straight. I cannot do that. That is bigger than me. So that's the fact of the matter, ladies and gentlemen. But for the time come, but before Jesus Christ come, the bombing, the shooting, and the fighting continue. How sad. Right now, as I speak, there is fighting taking place in Israel. Not on a big scale, but on a minute scale. You see the Palestinian pelting stone at the Israeli soldiers, the Israeli fighting, throwing canister, shooting back live bullets, rubber bullets. The Hamas is digging out tunnels, coming shooting down soldiers. Israel blowing up the cement in the tunnel, attacking the Hamas fighters on the other side. You understand? Some of the PLO groups fighting against Israel. So every day that is continue until the big war start between Israel and Hamas for a little 3 weeks, and it stop. They have a two, it will rest for a year, and then it start back again. As we see under the trench here, we see in that. You understand? But a lot of you all will say, Eric Braxton, how come you only talking about the Jews now, and Palestine, and Israel, and Hezbollah? Well, I read the Bible, and the Bible talk about Israel and Jerusalem, and all these nations, so that will surprise you all that I'm talking about them. I have to talk about them. because the Bible talk about all these nations, the nations that is around Israel, that we fought all the Arab nation, and then Israel is in the center. So I have to talk about them because I the history of the Bible anyhow. You understand? So that shouldn't be strange to you all. But a lot of you all will say, I quite down in Trinidad, I should stay out of that matter. No, I should not stay out of that matter, because the state of Israel is welcoming pilgrimage, Christian pilgrimage, to people from any part of the world. They are welcome in Jerusalem to go down by the Wailing Wall and to pray and to visit, go to Jordan and the River of Galilee. All over the world, Christian pilgrimage is going to Israel for years. The Israeli government is not stopping them. On the welcoming the Christians to come up there. A lot of the Christians not even getting baptized in their own country. A lot of them is leaving the country and going up to Jordan and getting baptized in the River Jordan. A matter of fact, there's a lot of Christians in Trinidad who never get baptized in Trinidad. They went up in the pilgrimage, the group of the Christian church, or the Christian group who was going up for pilgrimage in Israel, and went, let me say like 20 of them go up there for 3 weeks. About 10 those who didn't get baptized, about 10 of them who went up in the group, they gave their life to Jesus Christ and they was baptized in the River Jordan. Not no river in Trinidad, but in Jordan. You see? And they back in Trinidad now. So you see? So it's a lot of Christians all over the world. They didn't get baptized in their own country or in the next foreign country besides Israel. They went to Israel and they get baptized because they went up there individually with a group of Christians in the pilgrimage and they get baptized in the River Jordan. You see? You see? Right, I hope you all understand that and know that. You understand? Yes? You understand? So that's why, and a lot of you all is saying, why are you talking so much about the Jewish people? Are you defending the Jewish state? Yes, I'm back in the Jewish state and I'm defending the Jewish state because I don't want to see them get wiped out as a nation upon the earth, as Iran have the sinister plan to wipe out to obtain nuclear weapon to wipe out the state of Israel. That is wrong. They are following the policy of Haman in the time of Esther, who trying to wipe out all the Jews. That plan of Haman haven't stopped, It have continued down the ages, And the state of Iran want to carry out the plan that came up, that want to carry out that plan that Haman want to wipe out all the Jews. Yes, the state policy of Iran is to wipe out the Jews, death to Israel and wipe out all the Jews. You see, they're walking in the footsteps of Haman to wipe out all the Jews, but on him, Haman failed miserably and he was hung up on his own gallows, 50 cubits high. That he make to kill Mordecai, and the state of Iran is in that walking in the footsteps of Haman. So the plan of Haman haven't stopped. It continued throughout the century, and Iran want to execute it and carry it out and kill out all the Jews. You see, but Jesus Christ will prevent that because the seed of David enjoyed forevermore. The seed of David enjoy it for more, and God will defend Jerusalem for his own sake and for his servant David's sake. Once again, God will defend Jerusalem for his own sake and for his own servant David's sake. He will defend his city, Jerusalem, because Jerusalem is called the city of God, the holy city, the righteous city, the peaceful city, the faithful city, the city of the great King in the New Testament, the city of God. Behold, the Lord dwelleth in Zion, which is Jerusalem. You understand? Which is Jerusalem. You understand? So God will defend Jerusalem for his own sake and for his servant David's sake. And then the seed of David enjoy it forevermore. So the Jews will always be there. So I am speaking about it. I'm supporting the Jews. I'm supporting my Jewish brothers and sisters. I am supporting the Jewish people. You understand? They are my brothers and sisters, but all the Arab nation is my brothers and sisters. But that's they misunderstand what the scriptures teach concerning the Jewish people. But remember, they have a different doctrine, which is the Quran. You understand? So that is the fears of the matter that is taking place up there. And therefore I am recording these videos, talking about these matters from time to time, and bringing it towards you all, presenting it towards you all. So you all will do all your own research and follow up what is taking place up there with the state of Israel over the years and what is currently taking place with Israel and the Arab nations. Mhm. The Arab nations. You understand? But Jesus Christ is bringing peace to the whole world because he's a God of peace. But as they describe up there as the hotspots of the world, because there's a trouble area, all the the Arab-Israeli conflict now, the war and the shooting and the bombing and the bloodshed and all these things that's going on for years. You understand? You understand? And the protesting and all these things between Israel and the Palestinians and the Hamas and and Iran and Syria and all these. So they call it the hotspot. They say it is the most hot spot in the world, the most trouble area in the world, which is Jerusalem, dealing with the Arab nation. And when you really look at it, it's true, it's true. I mean, the whole world is in trouble because it's a fighting revolution taking place in Africa with different militia groups fighting all different parts of the world have wars and things too. But Israel is the most it is the hottest hotspot area. All over the world a hotspot area, but it's the hottest in all because of the Arab-Israeli conflict. You understand? So I hope you all understand it in that context. You understand that context? I remember this is the birthplace of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was born in Bethlehem of Judah, and there he came in Jerusalem. And where did he die? On the cross of Calvary outside of Jerusalem. And where did he resurrect? Right in Jerusalem. So you see? And where he will be coming back upon the Mount of Olives, because he ascended upon the Mount of Olives. And where the Mount of Olives is a little outskirt out of Jerusalem. So you see? You see? So all these things the scripture show us. And therefore I'm speaking about these things. Adolf Hitler killed 6 million Jews. You see, that hatred that Adolf Hitler had for he was an ex-more than the Haman. He wanted to kill out all the Jews in the world. Why did not Adolf Hitler see the Jews as his Jewish people, as his brothers and sisters, and live in harmony with the Jewish people? He see them as the enemy, and he wanted to slaughter and kill all of them. Sad on the part of Adolf Hitler and his German colleague Mussolini. Not German, he's Italian. I think Mussolini was from Italy, Rome, Italian, or whatever country Monelisi was from. Both, that was a partner crime. That was Adolf Hitler partner in crime. As I say, it's accomplishing crime. I'm using terms. It's accomplishing crime. Not pronouncing the word that clear, but you all understand. It's partner in crime. Mussolini. I think he was from Italian. Yes. The leader of Italy, Rome at that time. In any case, he and Mussolini support Adolf Hitler at 100%, and they want to bring about some pure race, the Aryan race. What pure race they could bring about? You see, Adolf Hitler and Mussolini was a delusion. They cannot bring about no pure race. No pure race. And they bring about the Nazi party, Nazism. Understand? And they want to wipe out all the Jews. When Adolf Hitler and Mussolini should appreciate the Jews and see them as their brothers and sisters and live and try to live the Germans, the Italians, and whatever country Mussolini was from, and appreciate the Jews as their brothers and sisters and live with the Jews in peace and love with one another. But no, they see the Jews as the enemy. They see the Jews want to take over the world, or the Jews more educated than them, or the Jews more talented than them, and the Jews maybe could do more business-like than them, and because of that, or they see the Jews will become more richer than them, more wealthier than them, or more educated than them. If this is the areas they engage the Jews for, and they say, well, we don't want these people amongst us. They will overpower us in all aspects of life. Let us wipe them out. And therefore they hate the Jews and want to wipe out all the Jews. Hitler only killed 6 million Jews, but it had Jews all in Trinidad, all over the world. You think you're going to kill out all the Jews? That could never happen. You only kill a certain percentage of the Jews. But that 6 million is plenty people still. You see? And look at Hitler is there and all his generals in the Nazi party. A lot of them get old men and a lot of them was arrested and all these things, brought to trial and all these things, in prison and all these things. A lot of them die out, all of them get killed. And the Jews continue. And look Hitler is dead, Mussolini is dead, and all his generals in the Nazi party, and all the people that back Mussolini, and all of them, that generation have died out, and look, the Jews continue. You see, the seed of David enjoyed forever. You see, ladies and gentlemen, and the same way of Iran shall learn that lesson. The state of Iran, the Revolutionary Republic of Iran, all should take a page out of that lesson from Adolf Hitler and Mussolini and see how they have failed miserably. And you all want to walk in the footsteps of Adolf Hitler and Mussolini to wipe out the Jewish state. This is what you all want to, this is what the leadership of Iran, the supreme leader of Iran, the Revolutionary Republic of Iran, is this what you all are trying to achieve? If this is all your goal and objective, to achieve that, to wipe out all the Jews? I pity you all. I pity you all in the state of Iran and the leaders of the Revolutionary Republic of Iran. All this sinister and evil agenda will not come about because you all are on the wrong track. You all are not on the right track. When you all see the Jewish state as all your brothers and sisters and appreciate the Jews and love the Jews, then you all will be on the right track. Let me remind the state of Iran that the former Persian kings of Iran, Cyrus, accept the Jews as his brothers and sisters. King Ahasuerus accepts the Jews as his brothers and sisters. King Tastasak in the time of Nehemiah and Ezra, these three Persian kings of the Second World Empire, the Persian Empire, accept the Jewish people as their brothers and sisters and appreciate them. And King Cyrus did not have no plan to wipe out the Jews. And King Tataskas did not have no plan to wipe out the Jews, right? And King Ahasuerus and King Ahasuerus did not have no plan to wipe out none of the Jews. And matter of fact, King Ahasuerus, his wife was a Jewish woman, which is Esther. Esther became the wife of a Gentile king, which is the king of the Persian Empire, which is the country Iran today. So King Ahasuerus married a Jewish woman, which is Esther, because he loved her amongst all the rest of the women, and he appreciated the Jewish people, and he defended the Jewish people against Haman, who wanted to wipe out the Jews. So I want the people of Iran to read the Bible and to know what the Bible states concerning the 3 or the 4 different Persian kings in the Persian Empire. Over 127 provinces that stretch from Ethiopia to India to Ethiopia, but of course the headquarters is in Persia of that empire, which is in Iran. The Persian, read it in the book of Esther. They were Persian kings, and all of them appreciate the Jewish people. But these modern Persian kings, rulers in Iran, the Ayatollah, the Islamic Republic of Iran, they see the Jews as the enemy. They see the state of Israel as the enemy. And they death to Iran, death to America. They see America as the great Satan. The goal is to wipe out the state of Israel and kill out all the Jews. That's what you all want to achieve, the state of Iran? That's what you achieve? You, Mr. Supreme Leader of Ayatollah, and the President, and with all the Revolutionary Guard, and the President of Iran, and the Supreme Leader of Iran? Is that what you all want to achieve? Kill out all the Jews and wipe them out? Is that what you all want to obtain nuclear weapon for? To bomb out the Jews out of existence? Oh, sad on all your part. Sad on all your part in the state of Iran. Sad on all your part, you, Mr. Supreme Leader Ayatollah. supreme leader of Iran and the president of Iran and all the past presidents of Iran. Sad on all the parts, sad on all the parts, sad on all the parts. Sad. May God have mercy upon you, all the God of Israel and Jesus Christ have mercy upon you all, because He will descend, He will save the Jews from that destruction that you all are planning against the Jewish people, because God will defend the Jews. He will defend Jerusalem for His own sake and for His servant David's sake. The seed that David enjoyed forever. I know you all might not understand what that means, because you all are not reading the Bible. You all are studying the Quran. And what that text that I quote is not in the Quran at all. You all find that in the Bible. So I know that you all are ignorant to that. I know 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 that very well. I know that very well. That's what you all want to achieve, the state of Iran? To wipe out all the Jewish people, all the brothers and sisters? Sad on all the part. Sad on all the part. I see the state of Iran. I watch at the generals and in the Revolutionary Republic of the state of Iran, Revolutionary Republic state of Iran. I see that you all have developing all the short-range missile and all the long-range anti-tank missile, all the ship submarines. I see that you all are arming all yourself and one set of drones now, and all these drones is a bomb drone, drones that is a bomb, flying it in plane, flying. This is just a flight and it blow up and explode, and that is part of our arsenal weaponry system against the Jewish state. And you are ultimately you all want to attain nuclear weapons, a nuclear bomb, and nuclear weapons to destroy the state of Israel. The people of Iran, I ask the question, do you all support all the government for achieving that? Do you all back all the government to wipe out the state of Israel? Because that's the state policy of Iran, to wipe out the state of Israel in the next 20 years. I heard one of the generals say that. Sad on his part. Sad on his part. Sad on his part. And all the leadership, all the whole leadership of the government of Iran. Sad on all the parts, sad on all the parts, sad on all the parts. Want to wipe out the state of Israel. Sad, 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 sad. And all the rest of the country who back in Iran with that plan to wipe out the state of Israel, sad on all the part too. Yes, sad on all the part too. Sad on all the parts, sad on all the parts. So then I'm correct to say that the leadership of Iran today, there is more than Hitler's and more than Mussolini's. Sad on all the parts. But I want to remind all you up in Iran, the leadership of the government, Revolutionary Republic of Iran, and all the rest of countries who supported who supported the state of Iran in that sinister agenda to wipe out the state of Iran. I want to remind you all, remember what happened to Adolf Hitler and Mussolini, how they failed miserably, because they was defeated by the Western Alliance. Do you know who is the Western Alliance? America, France, England, and plus Russia was part of that too, fighting against the Germans. You see? And Adolf Hitler failed miserably. He didn't accomplish that. It's true, he killed a lot of Jews. So I want you all to know that, the state of Iran. The history is there for you all to read it. I want you all to go and read it. I want the Persian people of the state of Iran to read our history. Type it up on the internet and all. You'll know all what took place in the time of Adolf Hitler, Mussolini, and with the Western Alliance, America, England, and France, and Russia fighting against the Germans in the Second World War. I want you all to know that history. I mean, although I know that history, although still support all the government with that state policy to wipe out this, with the evil agenda to destroy the state of Israel, in spite of all that history is there for all to know. Well, Well, if all you get to know that, do the research, see what took place in the Second World War against the Germans, and still working all the government to wipe out the Jewish people. Sad on all this, sad on all the part also too. And how much percentage of the people of Iran is supporting their government with that sinister policy against the Jewish state to kill out all the Jews and to wipe out all the Jews? How much people in Iran is doing? 90% of the population of Iran is supporting the state, the government with that state policy. 95%, maybe there will be 5% who is against that. Well, that 5% are out of the state of Iran who is against that. Well, I welcome them. Do not support all the leadership, all the leaders with that evil agenda that they're planning to do. Do not support them and show them that. Well, they must come out and protest in the street in the capital of Iran with all the placard and saying to the leadership of the supreme leader Ayatollah, we do not support all the state policy for the killing, want to kill out the Jewish people down in Tel Aviv, Israel. They are our brothers and sisters, and we love the Jewish people. As King Ahasuerus loved the Jewish people, we love the Jewish people. King Ahasuerus was one of us. He was an Irani, and he loved the Jewish people. We are supporting King Ahasuerus in the time of Esther. Quote the Bible and let the leaders of Iran know that. Stand in the square in Iran and show them a Jewish woman named Esther married one of our Irani brothers. His name was Ahasuerus in the time of the Persian Empire, when we, the people of Iran, was the second world empire after Babylon. And therefore, as King Ahasuerus married that woman, Esther, we, the 5% of the people of Iran, appreciate what King Ahasuerus do, and therefore we supporting the Jewish people, but because Esther was a Jew. Tell the leadership of Iran that, and protest in the street of Iran, and let the Iran government know that we love the Jewish people. Yeah, I know they will send the police to arrest all you and all these things. I know that. And tear gas all down. Send the Revolutionary Republic guys to tear gas all you and to beat up all you with baton and even prison all you and all these things for protesting on the street. But you all have to come out and let the state of Iran know that you all are not supporting the state policy to wipe out the Jewish people. All and the Christians in Iran must come out too and protest and let Iran know that. The leadership of Iran know that. With the sinister evil agenda, want to kill out the Jews and wipe out the Jews and wipe out the state of Iran. I'm not supporting them. I'm not supporting them with that. I'm not supporting them with that. I'm not supporting them with that at all. So how much is the percentage of the Irani people who supporting their government with that policy to wipe out the Jewish people? 80% of the population, 90%, 95% of the population. I know it have a few, whether they be 2% or 3%, not supporting that. But there are few in numbers. And I know a lot of them is fearful to come out to protest and to make their voice open in opposition to the government of Iran, telling them we love the Jewish people, we see them as our brothers and sisters, and what you all are doing is wrong. A lot of them are fearful to do that, to come out in the street openly and to protest against the government, because they know they will get locked up, they will be arrested and all these things, and throw in jail and all these things. And I know individually, when they meet people individually, they will talk that talk. But to come out as a group in the square, in the capital of Iran with placard, where they have these things right out. We love the Jewish people, they are our brothers and sisters, and they're protesting, letting the authority know they stand on that matter. A lot of them is fearful to do that. I know that. But still I want the people of Iran to know, do not support all the government with that evil agenda plan. But unfortunately, majority always supporting all the government with that state policy to wipe out the Jews. It's a sad state of affairs, a sad state of affairs. Sad on all the parts, sad on all the parts. But in spite of that, God love all of you all, the Iranis people. And you all are my brothers and sisters. But all that hatred all they have in all their hearts against the Jewish people is not of God. Is not of God. Is not of God. Is not of God. And God is not using all you to wipe out no Jewish people. If all you think God is using all you to wipe out the Jewish people, all you have it wrong. It's not God using all you. I want all you to know that. I want all you to know that. But a lot all you won't accept that because all you believe in Allah. All you chanting Allah, Akubaka, God is great, Allah, holy jihad war against the Jewish people. We'll wipe out the state of Iran. We'll wipe out the state of Israel. Death to the state of Iran. Death to the great Satan, America. And that all be chanted in the streets of Iran and in the capital, Tehran, Iran. Yeah, Allah, holy war, jihad. Jihad. All of chanting. All they are chanting to the Holy One of Israel at all. You see? But I know that is the belief all they have. And I know that you all are sincere in that belief. Really think all you communicating with God, and God is using all you against it to destroy the Jewish people and to destroy the great Satan, according to all which is America. And that is the belief all you have. Yeah, I know that. But that belief is wrong, eh? I want you all to know that. But I know you all will not accept what I tell all you. I know that. A lot of you all, majority of you all will not accept what I telling you all. I know that. But I still have to record it to let you all know my stand on that matter and to tell you all to the face. Whether you all here or from here, tell all to the face about this matter, that matter. But I will rest my case on that matter for the time. And in other videos to come, I will continue on this matter. And I'm dealing with the leadership of Iran. I'm dealing with the leadership of Iran in these videos. And in these videos, I'm dealing with the leadership of Hezbollah. The leader of Hezbollah and the leader of the supreme leader of Iran. I tend to address these matters. And I'll be dealing with the PLO, Hamas, the leadership of PLO. And I will be dealing also with the leadership of Hamas. Leadership of Hamas. So I'll be dealing with the leadership of Hamas, the leadership of Hezbollah, and the leadership of the PLO, Hamas, and I'll be dealing with the leadership of the state of Iran. So look out for these videos to come. I'll be talking on these matters. In no other name but in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Amen and amen. Shalom, peace. See you all in the next video soon. Bye bye, my friends.